As I read this verse today, it truly spoke to me so strongly. Set your gaze on the path before you, with fixed purpose looking straight ahead. Ignore life's distractions. Watch where you're going. Stick to the path of truth, and the road will be safe and smooth before you. Don't allow yourself to be sidetracked for even a moment, or take a detour that leads to darkness. Today I'm talking about ignoring life's distractions, and that might be speaking to you on one way or the other. Life has a lot of distractions, and these distractions can be really subtle and deadly. Sometimes they seem like they're not a big deal, but they have a way of sneaking into our lives. And so one really has to be cautious and careful. Actually, one has to be fully intentional about one's destination. If you're not intentional about your destination, you really might not get there. And that's why today we're talking about ignoring life's distraction. Life has distraction, but you have to choose to ignore them. And just like one of those verses said in verse 25, it said, ignoring life's distraction is the only answer to being sidetracked. Is the only answer. When you ignore life's distractions, then you don't get sidetracked by things that you don't really need to bother about. Every one of us has a destination, every one of us has a purpose, and as long as we keep our eyes focused on it, as long as we choose not to look left or right, we won't get lost with the crowd, and we won't wander off the right path. I like to use athletes a lot, and really, if you look at the life of an athlete, if you look at athletes are always so focused. Really, people that are in sports, any kind of sport, they're always so focused. But athletes I have studied, and I found out that they don't get distracted. When an athlete is going to run a race, he really doesn't care who's cheering him on the left or who's cheering him on the right. All he's focused on is the goal, winning that race. He doesn't care who says whatever. If you notice, they're on the track there, some of them have their earbuds in right onto the minute before they start. They just want to be focused on what they're trying to do. They stand there, they're practicing. An athlete is just focused on, what? I'm the only, to him, he's the best out there, and he just wants to win that prize. He just wants to get to that goal. And we often in life have to choose that route. Don't be concerned about what A, B, C, and D is saying about what you've been called to do. Don't be concerned about competing with somebody else. You are not called to compete with anybody. You are called to run your race. And really, that is the only way that you can ignore distractions. By being focused. You just have to choose to be focused on what you've been called to do. There is this athlete that I like a lot, Usain Bolt. He's a guy that has broken a lot of records. I spoke about him in my book, Discover, Develop, and Deploy Your Gifts. He's broken a lot of records, 100-meter race, 200-meter race. We've seen it over the years. But there were a few things that he said that I really, really looked at that he said about himself. He said one thing that has helped to keep him focused in, being an athlete has been a couple of things. He said the first thing is that he had to learn to make sacrifices. He said it was just that, just like if you're in a race in life, you have to learn to make sacrifices. He said that when his friends because of the kind of training that he had to go to, rigorous training, a lot of times when his friends they wanted to go out, to unwind, they wanted to go out to have fun, he couldn't go out with them. He had to stay home because he had to be focused on what he had to do. He had to stay focused on his goal, which was always, always getting ready for the next race, always getting ready. Another thing he said it's important to have role models. In ignoring life's distractions, it's good to have role models of people that you want to be with or things that you want to aspire to be. Look for people that are aspiring, that are doing what you are called to do, and those role models, let them help you, let them shape you. Listen to the materials, see how they've walked through that path, and learn from them. The third thing that he said was get the right people around you. In ignoring life distractions, often, just like those verses I read says, looking straight on. Get the right people around you, people that are going to encourage you to do what you've been called to do, people that are not going to put you down, people that are going to steer you in the right way. Get the right people around you. And another thing he said, number 4, is enjoy whatever you do. Whatever you're doing that you're not enjoying, you won't be able to achieve much in it. If you're doing what you enjoy to do, what does it help you to do? It helps you to do it to the best of your ability. So do what you enjoy to do so that you can be the best at it. And the fifth thing that he said is, no matter how good you are, there is always room for improvement. So there is always room for improvement, no matter what you are doing, no matter how good you are. Even the best always need room for improvement. And often, competition is a good way to get improvement. So you need to look and say, what can I get better at? How can I get better at what I've been called to do? Look around you. The role models challenge you. They bring out the best in you. Look around you and say, what can I work on in my life? What can I work on? How can I get better? And as you do this, you're aspiring to be the best you are. You know, as you get focused, I want to encourage you that ignoring life's distractions is a great way to be the best that you've been called to be. You've been equipped with everything that you need to be the best at what you've been called to do, but you have to choose. Remember, it's a choice to ignore life's distractions. My name is Olu Olabode. You can connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I would love to hear from you. You can also on oluolabode.com. Have a great week ahead, and I'll see you again next week.